What a fucking train wreck. That cough.
Not E3?
Not E3. No, just the cough.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just dying because I'm trying to recover from the fucking conferences this year.
Man, what a shit show it was.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I think the presentations were kind of shitty.
Okay.
But the games announced were good.
Okay.
Or the games shown or whatever.
Yeah, no.
So it was good for gamers and not for the company's image when they presented.
Sony kind of figured out just showed a fucking game. Which I suppose is the benefit of watching everyone else fuck up.
But Sony was like, wait, we have to put you in a tent first, and then we'll move you to the actual venue. Why the fuck were we in a tent again?
I don't know.
Yeah, so, alright. This is the post E3 2018 podcast for the SquareTable podcast. I'm Assassin Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
You're just drinking water. No, it's not water, it's beer.
I'm Zach. From myself.
From yourself.
Or Tata Burglar, one way or the other.
One way or the other.
I don't fucking care.
Yes, you're drinking your sorrows away right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a water bottle. That's beer.
Yeah.
Okay. So, E3 2018 at the LA Convention Center, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. It's in LA somewhere. And
that is correct. It was somewhere in LA.
It was somewhere in LA. Right now, E3 is open to the public for 280 smackaroos, I think. Something stupidly expensive like that. But the thing that we're all
the things that we care about have already been said.
All the things that we care about were shown in the last 4 days, starting with EA on Saturday. So, I didn't get a chance to watch the EA conference, but I saw the highlights. Oh my god.
Yeah. Shit wasn't great.
Oh my god.
But it's what you expected.
Okay, so I heard that... So let's talk about the games a bit. I heard they announced Division 2.
We're talking about Ubisoft or we're talking about EA?
Oh, well, they showed the Division...
Do you want to talk about the games in general, or should we actually go in order? Because I don't care.
Oh, I was going to go in order. Sorry, it wasn't Division 2. It was Anthem. There we go. Anthem.
We're probably gonna skip a bunch of games that we don't care about, like Battlefront 2, whatever.
I mean, didn't they just go, we didn't put loot boxes in? Please love us again?
Yeah. That was actually a thing someone said. And people clapped because the people who go to E3, who go to that main event, are fucking stupid.
No.
Or they're paid.
They're paid. They have to be paid.
There were a lot of claps.
They're paid, okay? I'm pretty sure they're paid. Because there's no way...
I'm gonna be mean. I don't care.
There's no way that you could have that many claps from people in the audience who are journalists for the game industry and like developers for the game industry. They can't clap for that. They've got to be paid.
I mean, you gotta put journalists in big air quotes when you're talking about game industry.
Fine, journalists with big air quotes around them.
You spelled journalist JURNALIZT.
I mean, if they're not journalists, then what are they? Reporters?
I guess that's honestly the best way to put it.
Okay, then reporters.
They report things.
They are all the reporters there then.
Okay.
So there was that. There was the EA pre-show thing for 30 minutes where they tried their hardest to be funny and what was it? Connecting with their young audience.
Mm-hmm.
You had a dude who screamed into a mic.
Yep. For
a full minute.
Yeah.
I don't even know how he managed to get the lung capacity for that, but he did, and that was so bad. And they made so many really, really shitty jokes. Not as much as Todd Howard, but you know.
Todd Coward?
Not as much as Todd here, this fucking stand-up comedian. But we'll get to him. So did you watch the EA conference?
I watched a little bit, but I didn't really care.
I mean, the only thing I cared about that they announced was Unravel 2, because that was a good game.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. There's two things EA announced that aren't really theirs, but they look good. There's Sea of Solitude.
I didn't see that one.
That one looks good. It's like a... How do I describe it even? It's not like a platformer, and it's not something like Journey. It's one of those games where it's exploration and there's gameplay. It's not Journey in which you're walking. It's not a walking simulator, from what I can tell. It's just like kind of like an adventure game.
So you're discovering ruins kind of thing?
I really don't know what it's about, honestly. Other than the German lady who came on said something about it's about loneliness.
Oh, that's interesting.
And there was a... they had a really good character design for the main character.
That's good. I'll probably check it out.
She was like a monster, but it wasn't like a monster, kind of like a monster girl, I guess.
But a cute monster girl?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Not like a Japanese monster girl. No, not like
not like Monster
it's
Musume.
not it's not fucking Lamia or anything. It was just kind of like, I don't know. You should look up a picture because that's honestly the best way that I'm gonna be able to describe it is with the reference.
Okay, I'll have to look it up then.
But that looked good. And the other thing was Yarny Part 2.
Yarny Boy.
Yarny Boy Part 2.
I liked the first Unravel.
Yeah, and it was a good thing.
From what I played.
There was still this super innocent presenter who was not prepared.
All the indie guys. Okay, there's the indie guy who gets thrusted onto the stage, and he's so innocent, and he's not prepared, and I can forgive that. It's like, you're so nervous. Oh, that is a cute design.
It is a cute design.
It's like, you're so nervous, because it's like, you're in front of this giant audience, and your game is just it's like a small little, like a game that you put your heart into. It's like, I understand that. What I don't understand are, like, the presenters who are there, who've been there for before, and then they just like wait for audience reactions, and they just silently stare at the camera.
You know what this is? That people sit there and they listen to you. It's not an act. You have to show shit and talk about shit.
Oh God, please let's not make it an act though, because all the acts we've seen at E3 are just so cringy.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
That's literally the only things that are worth talking about at EA's conference. That pretty much they showed 2 indie games that clearly aren't their own work, and then they showed a bunch of games that you expected. They showed some shit for Battlefront that no one cares about, and then they showed Battlefield 5 stuff. They had like a single player gameplay sort of thing. I wasn't really paying attention, and it has Battle Royale mode now, the multiplayer for Battlefield 5.
Everything's a fucking Battle Royale.
Yeah.
That's the
PC
E3
gaming
joke.
The PC gaming show had like 3 or 4 of them.
And they admitted they had that many Battle Royales. Yeah. And they're like, okay, we're gonna...
It's 2018. We know what this is.
Yeah, and then... even Devolver has like a Battle Royale game. Like Scum or something is the name of it.
Yeah.
But at least with Scum, the foods that you eat is actually important.
Yeah. I think Scum's kind of Scum has like a interesting sort of creative direction, I guess.
Because of the food, or
no? Because it was just kind of like the whole general thing.
The whole general thing.
Yeah, there's a giant robot and shit.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms
if you put giant robots in things, I'm impressed.
Make America Great Again.
That's the wrong one.
No, it's a giant robot though. It's a giant mech.
Yeah, but
piloted by the President of the United States, Michael Wilson. I think that's literally his name.
What's the other guy's name?
Richard.
Michael! It was fun.
That was a fun
But that's
conference.
for later.
That's for later. Well, EA didn't really have much to go with. Their biggest thing was Anthem, but like Anthem
looks like crap.
It just looks really boring.
Anthem looks like a crap Destiny, and Destiny is already crap Destiny.
I think the problem with those loot hunting games is that you can't really find any kind of like engagement from any, like, if you wanted to find engagement from the gameplay, it's a little bit repetitive, like, in all honesty. But if you wanted to find engagement for the story, Destiny 1 didn't have a story, and Destiny 2 was like, the story was barely there, and it's like, I heard it wasn't even that good. So it all falls back to the gameplay, and if the gameplay is just repetitive and boring, it's like, I wouldn't want to continue playing it. I'd get too bored.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I say that, but then we have a friend who loves Destiny. Literally, every single time we see him on Discord,
I don't know. I guess
he's just playing Destiny.
Maybe he'd be into Anthem. I don't know.
He probably would be into Anthem. I can see that. It's a completely different game from BioWare, though, because like they've just
Oh, this is BioWare on like their path to cannibalization. Like 3 or 4 years from now, BioWare is gonna be like Visceral Studios or Bullfrog or
No,
Pandemic.
don't say that.
That's what's gonna happen, and
Don't
no
say
one's
that.
gonna care. Because the last decent game they made was Inquisition.
When did Inquisition come out?
Like 2013, 2014 maybe.
They haven't really. No.
Andromeda came out.
Oh yeah, Andromeda came out
and it was
between
crap.
that time, and it wasn't very good. Yeah. Yeah, Inquisition then. I don't know, but I mean, you really think that all their talent has fled the studio?
No, cause I honestly think that's what happened. That just generally, as things go on, people leave and they go do other shit. So like, EA bought another studio and named it BioWare Edmonton or something like that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Oh.
and that's the one that worked on Andromeda.
I don't think it was Edmonton. I think it was something else.
I think it was Edmonton. Anyway, if they're doing that, if they're just gonna shift it entirely, that's because it's not worth keeping at the Montreal office. Either they have either they're doing the Anthem shit and Montreal's working entirely on that, or alternatively, it doesn't matter which one you gave it to.
So it's like Ubisoft.
Yes.
Where it's not even Ubisoft Montreal anymore. It's like Ubisoft
whoever. It's like
it's Ubisoft's 20 different companies around the
that,
world.
or Rockstar or something like that.
Well, okay, but Rockstar works
or 2K.
Rockstar is like a publisher when it comes to that. Like they don't like the only games they've actively like made themselves is GTA, right?
I mean, they made there's like 50 companies for Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, but they didn't. But they're like a publisher, not like a developer.
They have Rockstar San Diego, Rockstar.
Did they work on Red Dead?
I don't remember.
Did we even get any news about Red Dead Redemption 2 this
Nope.
E3? I don't think so.
Nope, no one gives a shit.
And I think it's supposed to be coming out this year too. Kind of weird.
I want it to release and it's just a wet fart.
Why?
Because I like seeing things fall apart.
No, that's just
I like seeing a big thing get big and then it falls apart.
Yeah, but what if that big thing is something that you like?
I do feel bad about it. Like I felt bad about BioShock.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was still fun to watch it fall apart.
I think that's an underlying issue right there.
No, it's not an issue. I have it pretty figured out actually.
I don't know what to say to a man that wants to watch the world burn.
That's not. It's like watching.
You want to see something big fail.
No, it's not. I want to see it fail. I like seeing the rise and fall of things. Like BioWare got really big, and then BioWare kind of like had like a plateau, right? And they knew they hit the plateau. And it's like, well, let's see if we can artificially raise the plateau, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, but like, what if it's a company that didn't deserve it?
Well, I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad for.
But you'd want to watch it burn.
I mean, for a publisher, yes, I want to watch publishers burn. But
Okay,
I feel
because
bad
they're publishers.
I feel bad for like developers like Visceral. I feel bad for Visceral.
Visceral didn't do anything.
Visceral didn't do anything.
I bet
wrong.
you were laughing at Visceral's corpse when you saw EA announce that they killed the studio.
I mean, I laughed at Dead Space 3, but not at the Star Wars game they're going to make.
Dead Space 3 is...
That's a corporate decision.
That's a corporate decision. Like, I don't blame Visceral for that.
Right.
Like, literally, it was EA's fault.
If I'm laughing at Visceral, I'm laughing at EA for having such incompetent
yeah, but like with BioWare, I would say it's also EA's like decisions.
Yeah, no, it is. But BioWare also deserves a bit of the flack because it is an EA BioWare thing. They're like best buddies. They've been like that for a long time.
Well,
they've been like that for a long time, so that's why I may gain a bit of pleasure from watching BioWare fall apart, because that's been their method of survival.
Because they're interlinked like parasites.
Yeah, it's
symbiosis.
Yeah, they're in symbiosis, but now it's gonna be in like 3 or 4 years after Anthem fails, as it has every right to. It's gonna be, well, this isn't really working out for us, Montreal, so we're just gonna have to take this and do something with it.
Okay. How come Respawn is still alive then?
That's a good question.
Because Titanfall 2 didn't do shit. Titanfall 1 didn't do shit either.
Titanfall 2 was a good game.
But it's dead.
It was critically well received.
But it's dead.
But it is dead.
It is dead.
But people bought it.
But people, I mean, okay. So then
Didn't sell well, but people did buy it.
But what's to say that Anthem wouldn't do the same shit where people will buy it because it's got BioWare's name on it and it's Anthem and it looks like Destiny?
I guess it depends on how many looting games there are.
Looting games. How many looting games and
will
boxes
there be
you'll find?
by the time Anthem comes out? How many are there going to be?
How many other? I mean,
Destiny
just like
2,
the Loot Hunter, right?
Yeah, Destiny 2 is going to be there.
I mean, yeah.
Division's basically a loot hunter, even though it's a shitty one.
Yeah, I guess.
And who knows what else is going to come out in between here and there.
But doesn't Anthem have a release date now?
Does it?
I think it does.
I don't know.
I think they announced a release date or something this.
If it does, I don't give a
E3.
shit.
Well, anyways, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Because the gameplay they shown, admittedly, has not been stellar. It's been kind of mediocre at best.
Looks like shit. It's going to be coming out March 2019.
Okay, so they do have a date.
Yeah.
So what else could possibly come out during that time?
I have no idea.
I don't think another Loot Hunter will come out during that time.
No, I don't think so. But
Destiny will still rule the market, so it has to compete with Destiny.
To be fair, Titanfall was the only mech game. Titanfall 2 was the only mech game out when Titanfall 2 came out.
Well, I mean, it's not the only mech game, but it was the only AAA mech game.
Yeah, it was.
Because you still had Hawken, but that's an indie mech game, and that's
no
dead.
one's playing Hawken.
But it's true.
No one's
there is a
playing that.
drought. There is a drought with mech games in the market, and Titanfall 2 released at a good time.
Every indie attempts it, and then every indie at some point fucks it up.
It's because they just don't have the experience with it or the manpower.
Yeah.
There's always constraining problems when it comes to indies.
It's always something like a Kickstarter or some shit, or like their first project. It's baby's first game.
It's a mech game.
And then they'll do something like Hawken did, where Hawken made very obvious mechs that were much better than all the other mechs, and you had to pay money to unlock those mechs. So it'd be something like that ruins the game's balance, and then the game dies.
Okay, this cannot be as bad as that one time in high school where they literally thought they could make an MMORPG, okay? For baby's first game.
Are we talking about the whole like student who named himself a CEO and all that?
Yes, of course I'm talking about the student who named himself a CEO. I'm just checking
because I think it was an MMORTS. I couldn't tell.
Oh, MMORTS. Sorry, I didn't realize it was that specific. He wanted to make StarCraft basically.
Yeah, he wanted to make StarCraft, but it was like bioweapons, and like it didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense because the earthquake split the planet in two.
They split the planet in two, but it was two perfect spheres.
Two perfect spheres, and then like two warring factions, and they somehow fight each other.
And it was the most generic generic fantasy shit where it's like one's like a bunch of hippies with tree powers, and the other one's like sci-fi.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh no, I remember this shit.
I think I actually like had a document or something where I was like compiling it down so I could like tell them.
It doesn't matter. It was shit.
It was shit. They gave up basically. They were high school students. Nobody knew a lick of coding except for maybe the CEO. And
the give up game they had was strong though.
The give up game they had was very strong. I remember we brought it up and everybody was like very.
Oh yeah, everyone was hanging out, and it's like, hey, remember that game you were doing?
And they're like, just gave the darkest looks. They gave the darkest looks, and then tried to move on real fast. That's what happens when you get over your head when it comes to indie games.
They were nice people.
They were nice people, but they were suckered.
But they did the dumb thing, which was you didn't look at what you were doing.
Well, I think it's because they just didn't know. Because none of them were like active gamers. Like honestly, I don't think anybody actively gamed, and the only people that could tell that it was probably going to be a train wreck were people like us, where we actually played games.
The only one I knew that for sure played games was the guy who was like he called himself either PR or marketing, and then there's your friend, and the only game I knew that she played though was Dragon Age.
Well, the thing is, she played Dragon Age and she played Skyrim, and that's kind of about it actually. She didn't really play anything else, and it's just kind of like those are good games.
They're good games.
They're good games,
but they're not anything like the thing that you set out to make.
And I think it's a lot of people really underestimated, because everybody was in high school. You get really grandiose ideas of what you can do. A lot of people really underestimated what it takes.
They underestimated the cost. They underestimated
the time, the skill.
Yeah, they underestimated
because nobody knew coding.
No, not one of them knew how to code.
Well, I guess the good thing that came out of it was like some of the people that were part of the group that went to learn coding did eventually graduate with degrees in coding. So
that's good.
I mean, that's good. Like, it jump started that, and I'm happy for them. That's good for them. It's just everybody was just really in over their heads with that whole game idea.
It was a dumb idea, though.
It was.
You need someone on the outside to tell you when an idea is fucking stupid. Like Ubisoft does.
But Ubisoft doesn't.
I'm skipping over Microsoft. Fuck Microsoft.
Well, okay, no, but to be fair, Microsoft had kind of minimal bullshit with the presentation.
No, they did.
They just did trailer after world exclusive premiere after world exclusive world premiere exclusive.
But they were exclusive premieres. They weren't exclusive
world
games.
World premiere. But Microsoft had the greatest game of all. Gears Pop.
Yeah. Funko Pops.
Fucking Funko Gear Pop.
Even if I gave a shit about Gears of War 5, having Gears of War 5 after the Funko Pop thing,
I don't understand why they did that.
That killed it. I could see like the fake out, but the problem is that it was too hard too fast.
Okay, no. I can see a fake out with a fake trailer, but they wouldn't do that because they were fucking serious. There's a release date. And it's a mobile game, right?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, it wasn't just that. So there's a Gears of War segment leading up to Gears 5. Mm-hmm. And it's like everybody's looking forward to Gears 5.
It was the Funko Pops.
It was Funko Pops first.
And then the Halo Wars, but Gears.
Gears Wars, yeah. The MMO, not MMO, the RTS kind of version of Gears. I don't know why the fuck you need to make an RTS of that, but whatever.
Because Halo Wars did well.
Because Halo Wars did well, yeah. But Ensemble is dead, so it doesn't matter. So you have that. Funko Pop, RTS Gears, and then you have Gears 5. I understand a fake out, but I feel like the fake out would be good if the game that you were faking out with wasn't a legit game. Yeah. Like it was like not like a stupid looking game.
Yeah.
Because Funko Pop was the worst thing they could have started with. At least start with Gears War or something like that. I think it would have been better. Like, oh look, Gears RTS, whatever. It's still a game, not whatever Funko Pop is. I think know what that is. I think
doing the Gears one would have been fine.
You think just doing Gears 5?
No. I think doing the Gears RTS would be a good fake out.
Yeah,
and
like
then
start
go
with
to Gears
that.
5. The Funko Pop was too much.
It's like killing people inside.
Yeah, there's no excitement after that.
It really did kill the excitement. It really, really killed it. And then it's like, then you had the RTS, and I was like, okay, like, I don't give a shit about this anymore because the Funko Pop. And then you have Gears 5.
Yeah.
Weirdest segment in, like, how they decided to choose that. But Microsoft overall actually announced shit.
I mean, there's Halo, but I don't think anyone cared about the Halo.
I mean, it was just a tease, right?
It's just a tease.
It was just another tease. So it's like, okay, whatever. It's like, we expect Halo at this point, so it's not really surprising.
A bunch of stuff that were indies that...
Indies are good.
I can't really remember what a lot of them were now. For Microsoft's conference.
I only caught half of Microsoft's conference, so I don't know. I know they announced Dying Light 2, so I'm gonna assume Dead Island 2 is fucking dead in the water. They don't give a shit anymore.
Let's actually look that up while you're talking. So.
Dying Light 2? Or the indies?
No, the Microsoft E3 2018 games list. Keep talking, though.
Yeah, because I don't know what the indies were, because that was in the half that I didn't catch, because I was at my lab trying to coax my parasites to be alive after getting some foreign DNA injected into them. But the thing that was exciting from that Microsoft announcement that I thought was really exciting was Devil May Cry 5. Because it's been 10 years.
That was a good one.
10 years. And then we get a new Devil May Cry game, and it looks really fun, actually. They showed some gameplay.
It is actually Devil May Cry 5. It is not DMC.
It's not fucking DMC reboot. Okay, but the thing is, the graphics has changed substantially, and, like, the main character is Nero. Nero got a fucking haircut, and he has a new mechanical arm, and his haircut is very similar to DMC Dante. Mm-hmm. So for a second, I thought it was Ninja Theory coming back with DMC 2, and I was like, oh god, please no. The story was not very good in the first one. The gameplay was fine. The story wasn't, though, and I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case, because I wanted something goofy. Like, because Devil May Cry is fucking goofy sometimes. It's just because that's just how it is. It's crazy Japanese hack and slash. But then they showed the trailer, and they showed all the goofy shit that happens, and then you see a little bit of Dante, too. And I think he has a beard. He's like that old drunk uncle that you love to hang out with. Yeah. And Nero's like the punk now because of that haircut. Either way, it was good because the last Devil May Cry game was Devil May Cry 4, and that was 10 years ago.
So, looking at the Microsoft conference, things at the Microsoft conference that I remember, they did definitely show... What was it? Where was it? I just passed it. They did show Black Desert Online on there.
Oh, yeah.
Which was very weird.
It was random because...
That was weird.
They had the trailer, and then we were just kind of like, what the hell is this? Because it was like some spellcaster narrating. Yeah. And then I think one of the people that we were watching was like, this is just Black Desert Online.
Yeah. They announced Battletoads for some reason. That was weird.
I thought that was kind of fun, though. They're kind of... they were self-aware.
It is fun. But Battletoads...
hasn't been relevant for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird reboot.
Let's see. Did it? I think they showed Below for a minute.
Below?
Yeah.
I don't think I know what that is.
You would know it if you saw it.
Oh, probably then.
Yeah, you would know if you saw it.
Did they show Sekiro at this conference? At the Microsoft conference?
Maybe.
I think they did, right?
I think they did.
I think they announced Sekiro at that conference. And it looks really nice.
It looks like a Dark Souls with ninjas. That's what
it looks faster than Dark Souls, and you have a different kind of mobility.
It is faster.
It looks a lot faster. It's like Bloodborne. But it
is Dark Souls combat, but faster.
It's Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's Bloodborne.
It's just Bloodborne.
It's just Bloodborne with ninjas.
Bloodborne ninjas, and I'm fine with that. I'm excited for that.
I think Call of Cthulhu was at PC Gaming Show. I'm going to talk about it anyway.
PC Gaming Show or Call of Cthulhu?
Call of Cthulhu. PC Gaming Show, just all you need to say about that is that it was a nice presentation.
I mean, they did...
Very little bullshit, nice presentation.
They tried to be, like, lighthearted, but it wasn't, like, cringy.
No, it was fine.
It was fine.
It was good.
I think, like, that's the minimum that all companies should strive for.
I think, honestly, PC Gaming Show is the best conference.
I mean, if we're not looking at Devolver.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think so.
Devolver's not on the running because not even Devolver would put themselves on that list.
I remember after Devolver's conference, it was like YouTube Gaming or something. Their Twitter account was like, what was the best conference today so far? EA, Microsoft, Bethesda. 3 options. They forgot Devolver. They didn't give a shit.
Nina!
But yeah, Microsoft, I think... Microsoft is very to the point. It's just tons of trailers. Tons and tons of trailers.
It was okay.
It was okay, but it's hilarious to meme the world exclusive kind of fucking voice that happens in front of all
there's a lot of games they showed for like a second. Games I would have liked to see things from, but it was like just for a second. Like a game called Conqueror's Blade was shown for like a second during like their indie reel. And it's like I wanted to hear more about that, but okay. Crackdown 3 coming out sometime.
Never at this
Probably
point.
Never.
Terry Crews, come on, man.
Was Cuphead Microsoft or was that PC Gaming Show?
Cuphead was Microsoft.
Yeah.
It was DLC.
It's a DLC. It is Cuphead the Delicious Last Course or Cuphead the DLC.
Oh my god.
Do you get it?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but that looks fun. I'll probably play it.
I think you can play like a third character into it, like Mrs. Gauntlet or something.
No, it's the Chalice.
Oh, Mrs. Chalice.
We should probably beat that at some point.
At some point, whenever that's gonna happen.
You haven't beaten it yet.
No, I have not. What was I gonna say?
They showed Dead Cells for a second.
Dead Cells has been out for a while.
Yeah, but Dead Cells was there.
I guess getting ported, but
But yeah, Dying Light 2. Don't really care.
No, they showed something else at Microsoft.
Dying Light 2's its presentation, that was boring.
That was boring because they just talked about how you could build a city.
You knew it was bullshit. You knew everything they were talking about was they were talking it up. You knew it was bullshit right away.
Everybody talks it up.
Hey, but you knew it was bullshit.
Well, But Microsoft, I think in terms of the way they presented it, very minimal presenters and just a lot of trailers and world exclusives. It's a very similar approach to what Sony did, except Sony focused more on the quantity, not the quantity, the quality of the trailers rather than the quantity. So you can see the differences between the two conferences because Microsoft had way more games to show off than Sony, but the length of time to show off the game was significantly shorter, and the quality wasn't as good as seen by like the Dying Light and the Funko Pop shit. Sony, on the other hand, was more quality rather than quantity because like Sony showed maybe like 7 games,
but very little proper gameplay
for Sony.
Yeah,
that's true. Only a few games. A
lot of it, if they had gameplay, the vast majority of the games had no release date,
and that is a big problem. Microsoft it does have a one up on. Microsoft does have one up on Sony because of that. Because like, the games they showed have release dates.
Even if you show a lot of really good things at your conference, if there's no release dates, it's hard to feel excited.
Well, I don't know. I think it really depends on the person because I think like if you know that it's coming. Okay, so for example, Ghost of Tsushima, like you only saw a tease last year.
Yeah, like seeing the tease is fine. Seeing the tease is good. But something like it's a little harder to be excited for something when you don't know when it's coming out. You don't know how long in the production. You don't know how far in the development it is.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So that's the issue. It's not that the game looks bad. It's that
you don't know when it's. You don't know when to.
There's a lot of details you don't know.
That's true. There's a lot of like vague uncertainty. If only we could apply that to Elder Scrolls 6. Speaking of vague uncertainty, let's move on to Bethesda's conference.
Okay. Bethesda's conference is the biggest fucking train wreck of the entire
I can't believe that their first E3 conference was so good, and the second one was like whatever. It was more streamlined.
Well, you know what the problem is? The very first conference they announced Fallout 4.
That's true.
There is a good reason to go to E3 when your thing was gonna be next big game for one of your biggest franchises. Continuing to go to E3 is a mistake.
I thought, I guess maybe they just didn't want to keep it at QuakeCon.
Because QuakeCon should just be the place you do that at because you're the only one there.
True, that's true. You're right.
There's no one else doing announcements around QuakeCon. It's just QuakeCon.
I don't know. I just remember their first E3 was so good because they had Fallout 4, but then they also announced shit like Doom and what else?
You mean Fallout 76?
No, the first E3.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Oh God, but let's talk about this E3. Yes, so Fallout 76 is supposed to be their Fallout 4 of this year, and it was a shit show. Well, the entire conference. Okay, so the conference started.
Fallout 76, pretty much. Okay, no, let's start with the
beginning. It was like 10 minutes of them talking about how good they are.
Yeah, that was their whole thing. It was talking about how great of a company Bethesda is.
And it's like, I know EA and Microsoft, they do that a lot too. And it's really annoying. But Bethesda just smacks you in the face with it. Like a giant fish.
Cause it's like, you're supposed to be better than that.
Yeah, but it was just so hard to sit there and like watch it. It's like, okay, nice. I see the offices. And it would be cool to be like an employee there. But this is too much.
There's a lot of patting yourself on the back and a lot of jerking off. That's what Bethesda Bethesda conference was.
Yeah, and
it then becomes the greatest moment in the all of E3.
Oh no!
When we pulled Andrew WK out. Do you know he's touring, by the way?
He started his tour with that?
No. He had been touring.
He
took out a huge chunk of his tour though. Like he was like somewhere back east on like the 2nd, but there's this big gap between that show on the 2nd and the rest of the shows like the 18th. So he took out a chunk of his time to go to E3
to play one song. To play one song. The theme song of Rage 2, which by the way, we like barely saw any gameplay.
I mean, the gameplay that we did see looked nice.
It looked nice. It looked fun, but we barely saw anything else.
The world building looked nice. I just don't see why we had to get Andrew WK to play a song for like 3 or 4 minutes.
The transition was so bad. Okay, so it's like after they're done saying they're great, they're like, okay, now you're all excited because we announced Rage 2, so here's Rage 2, and they just showed the trailer for Rage 2, right?
Because the way they went into that was fine. It was during our release, our announcement
Mhm.
from Walmart.
Yeah, so the joke was actually fine.
That was fine.
That was a
a
good
fine joke.
Yeah,
it was
that was
okay.
Fine. It was a good one.
And then they immediately destroy that
They just showed the same
by
trailer.
having a music event with Andrew WK.
Yeah, so they first they showed the same trailer.
He didn't even play his #1 song, which is just Party.
That wasn't the theme song of this one.
No.
Yeah, it just transitioned Andrew WK, and that was the worst decision. That was the first thing that we saw.
Sounds a lot worse live than he does.
He really
sounded
really bad. He sounded super
his
bad.
His studio version sounds so much better.
Oh my god, he sounded awful. The thing with Bethesda is like during that time they could have shown gameplay. But it was just all the musical performance. It's like, did you not learn from Ubisoft?
Fuck it.
Did you not learn from EA? God damn. Just stop. No more musical performances randomly. Unless it's really, really necessary or it's hypeable.
Man, we were almost free from that, actually. We were almost free from the musical performance.
Because they didn't show it prior to that at EA or anything like that?
Yeah. Because remember the dark ages of like 2012, 2013, where Microsoft and Sony always had one?
Yeah.
And Ubisoft always had one?
Ubisoft always has one because of Just Dance, though.
Yeah, because of Just Dance. But all the big companies had one.
Yes, they always had musical performances. We were almost there. And then Andrew WK came to fuck it up.
Yeah, but, then they had this manlet stand next to an absolute unit named Magnus.
His name was great though. Okay, Magnus.
I don't give a shit who the other guy is. That's just Magnus. It's Magnus and his doll, and that's it. That's who's on stage.
Magnus and his ventriloquist puppet.
Yes, that's all it was.
He's just miming.
Yes, and they didn't really talk about anything.
They really didn't. They just said, Rage 2 is great, we blah blah blah, here's some gameplay.
Okay, but it's like...
Yeah, it was pretty boring in terms of the presentation.
It was a fucking boring presentation after Andrew WK. What happened after that?
And then...
it's a blur.
They announced...
Doom Eternal.
I am excited for that, but...
It's a Doom game, so it has to be good.
It's a sequel to Doom 2016. I wish the subtitle wasn't Eternal. But, it's Doom, and if it plays as good as the first Doom game from 2016, I am fine with that.
New Wolfenstein game.
Well, it's not new Wolfenstein, it's just DLC.
Yeah, Youngblood. And then there's the new VR game, which I don't care about.
Oh, so yeah, there were several VR games that I don't give a shit about.
And then we get to the main event.
Well, there was Prey DLC.
That
DLC didn't seem very good, though.
It looked fine.
It just... seemed like you just rinse and repeat kind of thing.
Yeah, it just seemed like we just have time to do this now.
Yeah.
But the main event was Fallout 76.
No, the main event was Skyrim.
I'm not counting that.
What? It's an actual game.
I'm not counting the very special edition.
You have to count the very special edition.
I'm not counting that.
But Key played it in the trailer.
That's fine, but the joke went on too long.
No, the joke was real. It wasn't even a fucking joke. Okay? So the joke is that Skyrim
If you have an Alexa, you can download onto your Alexa Skyrim Very Special Edition, in which Alexa plays Skyrim for you.
Yeah.
And then right after that, they announced Elder Scrolls Blades.
But nobody cares about mobile games.
Which is a mobile game of Elder Scrolls.
It's just Skyrim.
If you did not know before,
it's just Skyrim.
Is Skyrim on mobile. So it's exactly what people thought it was.
It's just Skyrim. You know the joke that Skyrim keeps getting adapted into everything.
It wasn't Skyrim, but it was close.
Bethesda became self-aware this conference, and they're like, okay, guys, I know you're wondering what we could port Skyrim to next. Well, here we go. And then the thing that I thought was just a joke trailer, because they're just trying to be funny, actually came to be an actual thing.
That's actual product.
It's an actual product. Literally, you can play Skyrim on your Alexa. I don't even fucking know anymore. What are they going to port Skyrim to next?
Tamagotchi.
Oh, God. Skyrim Tamagotchi.
Go find a Tamagotchi and download it.
If they announce another Skyrim adaptation or port or whatever the fuck next year, I am going to.
No, there's not going to be a new console until 2020 or something.
Yeah, but that didn't stop them from releasing Skyrim.
That's
and
when the
then
Skyrim port comes out, 2020. That's going to be a launch title.
If they announce something next year with an like another Skyrim port for some stupid reason, something random, I will eat a fucking jalapeno, like, or whatever, super hot chili pepper.
Okay, you mean a ghost pepper?
Sure.
Okay.
I will eat a ghost pepper.
Okay, I'll remember that.
And then they announce it and I'm dead.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
Oh, you'll be fucking dead.
I will be fucking dead.
I will go pick out the ghost pepper myself.
No.
Yeah, I will.
You're gonna pick out a really big one too.
I'm gonna pick out some unit of ghost peppers.
Oh no.
Um
I'm gonna need milk for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, 76.
76.
It looked okay, then became bad, then became alright, then became bad, then became alright, then became really bad.
It was a really, really big roller coaster. So Fallout 76 is basically, it's a multiplayer game.
It's not an MMO because it's
not
dozens
an MMO.
of players.
Only dozens.
So that means like 64 or something like that. Or 36, something like that.
Something small.
Something small.
In the world. And you can play with up to 3 other people, so you can form a party.
So you can play co-op. You can play co-op.
So it's co-op, so it's like Borderlands kind of thing.
So it looked like it might be okay, and then they mentioned there's nukes in the game.
And you can fuck up everybody else's settlements.
Yeah.
The one that you built so hard.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's fucked to do that because Bethesda doesn't do multiplayer very often, especially not with like their mainline titles. So them doing this seems to be... Do you not know what griefing is?
It will be really fucking annoying and nobody will want to play. So there are several things that bother me with Fallout 76. One, it's always online, which means you need to have a consistent internet connection to even be playing the game.
Yep.
And that also means there's probably constant DRM checks and shit like that.
Yep.
Because always online and constant DRM usually go hand in hand. So
supposedly, after the conference, Todd Howard announced that there would be private servers and there would be mods.
Well, they're only saying mods because they want you to buy from the Creation Club.
Right.
So that's their shit. They want you to pay for your mods. Private servers, that's a plus because I do not want to play with shit that will blow up my settlements.
Yeah.
That's an advantage. So at least they're private servers. I still don't like the fact it's always online, though.
Yeah, that's not good.
Because if your internet crashes for whatever reason, your game is done.
Yeah.
If you have no internet access, you can't even play your game.
Yeah. No.
So, I mean, yeah. But a lot of people are really happy about Fallout 76 because they can finally play Fallout 76 as a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And I don't know, was there such a big demand to have co-op with Fallout?
I knew people who, and I think you know people too, who were like, oh yeah, I mean, what if Skyrim had co-op? What if Fallout had co-op?
You know, honestly, I've never met anybody that has said that. Nobody has ever said they wanted co-op in these games. Because I think the people that I've talked to really value the single-player experience and the role-playing experience.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, people who... I don't want to say casuals. That's not what it is. It's like you see something and it's like, oh, that'd be cool, right? But they don't think about, like, the execution of it. That's the issue.
I think Bethesda is probably going to have a really rough start with this because they don't really do multiplayer. It's the same way that Blizzard has a rough start with Overwatch.
Doom, and that's it.
But Doom is the multiplayer in Doom is completely different.
Yes, that's the point. They have one multiplayer game, but it's arena. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then they have Quake Champions, but it doesn't look really good. So it's like,
I mean, Quake Champions, we don't even know. They didn't even...
I don't like how there's characters.
Everybody should be a nameless Space Marine.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the idea.
That's the idea. Nameless Space Marine, you can't pick each other out. Just shoot each other.
Well, because they have
the characters
they have
abilities.
Skills. They have
they have skills.
That's the problem.
That's the weird thing. I don't know why they decided to do that, but I think it has a lot to do with League of Legends. And, like, games like that.
Maybe.
Where you have, like, these multiple characters, and then you can have, like, I main this character, rather than I use this weapon, and this is just pure raw skill. So, that's what I think. But, yeah, 76... is whatever, I guess. I don't really know how to really think about 76 until we see more, I think. Because what they showed was whatever.
Yeah.
Aside from the nukes, that was a big thing.
That's generally all you got. It's just fucking whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
And then
the final thing they announced is Elder Scrolls 6.
No, there's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about because it's just hills.
It's 30 seconds. It's like 15 seconds of hills.
That was I understand a tease.
And then people are like, "Oh my god, it's coming out." It's like, you knew that though, you idiot.
That's true. It's not like it's a big announcement. They just knew.
That's like saying, "Oh my god, Fallout 5 is coming out." Of course it's coming out. It's fucking Fallout. It's one of their main titles. Of course that's coming out.
I think it's just because, like, when it's been so long, when you see the thing and you're a fan, it's like, oh my god, they're actually working on it now.
You know they're gonna make it.
Yeah, but, like, you don't know when. I assume, like, the reaction is very similar from Kingdom Hearts 3 from, like, 5 years ago when they announced it.
Anyway, it's like, people are going, like, Bethesda's the best conference. Like, no.
Oh, no. Okay, so, like,
it's the worst.
5 years ago when they announced Kingdom Hearts 3, I was like, wow, that's pretty hypeable. Now they're actually working on it. So they're probably going to release some stuff in the future. Like,
no, I know what you mean. I'm just saying, alongside the Elder Scrolls, people are saying it's the best conference.
It is not the best conference.
It is the worst conference. No, that's not fair. EA is the worst conference because you show nothing and
you pat yourself on the back for loot boxes.
Yeah.
Or lack of loot boxes.
Yeah.
It was not the worst conference, but it was definitely not the best. I do not agree it's the best. I would say it's like right above EA. I mean, yeah. Ubisoft was pretty bad too.
Okay, the only thing I want to talk about with Ubisoft is Assassin's Creed. I don't care about the rest. I do not care.
They didn't show anything for the rest.
I don't care about anything else. I don't care about the Division. I don't care about...
But don't you care about the cringy demo?
No.
The gamer talk?
No.
Like they did 5 years ago?
I don't know. I don't want to...
Wait. Wasn't there another conference right before that? It was Square Enix. They didn't show anything.
They didn't show anything
so,
either.
Not going to talk about
We could just talk about Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, I liked the trailers they showed for Kingdom Hearts, but at the Square Enix conference, it was just the same one they showed at Microsoft. So, yeah. What was the point? It's just the Frozen trailer. So it was like, whatever. Same trailer. Don't give a shit.
And then Sony had the Pirates trailer.
Well, Sony had a new trailer. That's the thing. So that was exciting.
That's it.
Because it was like new stuff, and we
had
got
gameplay.
A new world.
They had Black Flag.
It's literally Black Flag. Everybody's doing Pirates nowadays. That's the go-to game.
Their pirate game, Skull and Bones, or whatever it's called, that's got some work on it, but all they show is a minute of gameplay you know is going to begin it. So nothing new.
So I said this off when we weren't recording, but I think Skull and Bones would have fared a lot better if they had released it when they released Assassin's Creed 4.
No, that's true. When it was fresh,
because back then there was no competition. The only games that did anything similar to that was like Skies of Icarus? No.
Guns of Icarus.
Guns of Icarus, there we go. But that was like a airship game, not like a boat game.
But it's basically still ship.
Yeah, but...
in some regard.
I know. But nowadays you just have so many games that are doing the pirate ship thing. Like even Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting in on it. And then you also have like Sea of Thieves and shit. So they released at a really bad time. They shouldn't have waited, but Ubisoft waited because they were uncertain if it would sell.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna sell more poorly now than it would have.
Well, they attach Assassin's Creed to the title, and that's how they get more sales.
I know,
which is how this is working. That's how Origins was, and that's how Odyssey is.
But Origins
and Odyssey are an experiment on can they do
an RPG,
pseudo-historical RPGs.
I mean, stop calling it Assassin's Creed
with mythology and shit. Can they do that without the Assassin's Creed title? That's what Odyssey and Origins are. They're an experiment to do that.
Yes, they can,
but
they
Ubisoft won't take risks.
They won't. They're too scared as a company to take risks, and they don't want to lose any of their stock.
It's chicken shit the company, Ubisoft.
It's really, really annoying because I'm tired of them releasing so many Assassin's Creeds that don't do shit anymore. They don't even advance the story if they do, and like it's like shitty when they do.
Okay, so let's just talk about. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a game where you play the grandson or granddaughter Leonidas, who I guess was an assassin.
I guess he was.
And then you have his weapon, the broken spear of Leonidas.
I don't really know what you could do with a spear.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a shorter spear.
Well,
it depends which end you have, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Anyway. Neighbor's doing work outside, I think. Anyway, so... I'm going to talk over it. Okay. So, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is ancient Greece, assassins, but the assassins almost don't come up at all in anything they've shown. It doesn't even look like an Assassin's
Creed game. Honestly, it just looks like a pseudo-historical RPG, and that's fine. Don't have the Assassin's Creed name on it. Don't even show a fucking Minotaur at the end. I don't even understand why they have a Minotaur at the end. Because
if you can have spooky gods, then you can have Minotaurs.
They were aliens, okay, with advanced technology.
Maybe it's an alien Minotaur.
I don't know. Maybe they did some genetic engineering. There better be a fucking explanation for the Minotaur, because if there isn't, I will fucking throw a table. Because why would you have a Minotaur in the game? You already jumped the shark with Assassin's Creed 2. Why are you holding the table?
I don't want you doing shit.
Well, I don't know if the Minotaur is genetically engineered or not.
Well, I don't want a news notification coming up saying it is
genetically engineered. No, I will throw it only if it is not genetically engineered.
I don't want a notification to come up to tell me one way or the other.
I'm just
So I'm taking precautions.
Look, okay, so they did all these things that have never been seen in an Assassin's Creed game before. They have branched dialogue choices, and then they have you can choose who you romance. It's basically an RPG. It's basically Mass Effect, like that kind of style. You can choose your answers, and you can choose who you romance, and then you have a story. You're also buddies with Socrates, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like a zapping system in which you have two separate stories, or if it's just choose your character.
I think it's just choose your character.
Okay.
I don't think.
I'm gonna les out all over Greece.
Everybody's gonna choose.
Everyone's gonna choose her. Because her design's better. That's why.
It's such a okay. That's another thing that I think is super interesting when it comes to gaming. Is that when you have a choice between a male and a female playable character, a lot of guys seem to choose females.
Her design's just better.
But okay, yeah, you can say design, but then it's like, has there ever been a shitty design in your eyes for a female character compared to a male character?
Yes.
What game?
I would probably say... Okay, so Dark Souls 1, everyone was ugly, but the female models are even uglier by comparison.
You don't even see their faces.
I know.
They can't even count.
But that counts. How does that count? How does that not count?
Okay, fine. If it counts...
So you want another one?
No, the females aren't...
You want another one then?
Sure.
Okay, all the Mass Effects that I did play, I played as male Shep.
Really? Female? Wait, no, but some people chose female Shep because it's better voice acting.
She does have a better voice actor. I still play male Shep, though.
This is a complicated thing that I think that we should probably say for another podcast.
Okay, you want a short answer right now to satisfy you
sure,
until then?
Sure.
It is a thing of... It's situational. At least for me, everything's situational, and which one is different.
It's situational, but for some guys, they literally only play the female character if they have a choice.
No, I know.
I don't understand that, and but I think it's interesting, and I want to know why.
Okay, I had a friend a long time ago that I don't talk to anymore, and his reason was in World of Warcraft to play a female character because if you had to stare at someone's ass for 80 levels, he wanted to be a woman.
That's a reason that I've been given as well. It's that the voice acting for females is usually better, and just the design.
It just depends. If there's a character that's just okay, the Cyberpunk. We didn't talk about Cyberpunk yet, but the Cyberpunk trailer, male character.
Was that Microsoft?
Yeah, it was Microsoft.
Cyberpunk trailer was great.
Yeah, it was great. There's really all there is to talk about is that it's everything I wanted a Cyberpunk game to be, and I can't wait to be a cyber criminal.
It looks really, really good.
That's really the main thing to say. It's just a trailer now, but it looks great.
It looks fantastic.
But anyway, shaven head, kind of nondescript guy. Looks like a lot of other characters. That's one, I would probably, depending on how the female character looks, I might pick the female character because the male character design's boring. Because there's a lot of game, Infamous. Infamous has a really boring character design for all the games with I can't remember what the main character's name is for 1 and 2. His design, though, is fucking boring.
I think it's Cole something, right?
Yeah. It's Cole Phelps. But his
You're
design,
lying, Morgan.
his design though is really boring. So it could be a thing of in that era, people were.
I mean,
people
is
were
it
picking,
boring though? Because isn't the default design for so many games the white male
with a
buff
shaven head?
dude? No, not with the shaven head, with brown hair.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you get bored of that though.
But I mean, they have hair, and then some of the designs are just bald.
I mean, it's like sometimes you play a gay character, sometimes you play a straight character.
I guess the question is.
I mean, I played a gay guy in Dragon Age.
I mean,
2. And Dragon Age 1, actually.
well, the design for Dragon
no,
Age
no,
2,
just Dragon Age 2.
I remember the protagonist for Dragon Age 2, the design being okay.
Yeah, the design was okay. I played the male character for Dragon Age 2. I played male Hawk.
Hawk, there
I
we go.
played
That's the name
Manhawk.
of the character.
And I romanced 2 characters. One I romanced Anders, which was the guy mage. That guy was gay. And then I actually did play male Hawk again, and I romanced the pirate. Isabella.
Yeah, there we go. That's her name.
Yeah. So it depends. It honestly depends whose design's better.
I mean, I guess it's like, for me, I don't even give a shit about the design. If I get a chance to play a female character,
if it's a thing where I design the character, it depends on like what things are going to be specific to that one. And usually it's romances, and it's going to be things of whose voice actor is better. Fallout 4, I tried the male voice actor. His voice acting is not that great, so I picked the female character in Fallout 4 because hers was better, and because you just design whatever. In Fallout
I
4.
guess it's like it. I guess it also depends on the game. So there are like games where you have the two characters, but they have like distinct personalities or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like who you choose like is based off of that and like a few other factors. And then there are games where you can just design your character like in an MMO, things like that. Or there are like the RPG games like BioWare, like with Dragon Age and stuff that you just mentioned. So, and Fallout. So that's another category. But anyways, this is a complex subject. It's something that's fascinated me.
For next week or something, I don't know.
For whenever...
Whatever happened, whenever we get a slow news week, we'll do it, I guess.
We'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so... We were talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
Yes,
so it doesn't look like an Assassin's Creed game in any way, except
it does not.
It looks like a Ubisoft game. That's what it is. It looks like a Ubisoft game. Which defines a lot of their games now.
I just wish they would just make their own IPs. Make a new IP.
Well, Ubisoft, like 2 or 3 years ago, said they wouldn't make new IP. They wouldn't make an IP unless they knew they're gonna get sequels off it.
Yeah, and that's a scummy part, because I remember 10 years ago when they were popping out IPs left and right.
Yeah.
And that was like a good time.
I know.
That was when Ubisoft wasn't shit.
I know.
But now...
It's okay, I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna flip this table. So yeah, so...
It's that sort of thing. It's just interesting to see a company evolve over 10 years and just
from being like a really good company.
Going from Assassin's Creed and Prince of Persia, the first one.
Rest in peace, Prince of Persia.
Seeing Assassin's Creed and Prince of Persia, starting with those games, and then those IPs either dying or becoming something that you no longer recognize.
It's monstrous, the change. It's really bad.
When are you going to stream one of the later Assassin's Creed games you never touched, by the way?
I don't know.
Just play 4 here for like an hour and see how people feel.
I already own 4.
It'll be funny. Just stream 4.
I own 4 because I was given it for free.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It disgraces my Xbox 360.
Just do it. It'll be easy.
It's not an Assassin's Creed game. Ah, man. I will only pay for those. I won't pay for those games at all, actually. I want it for free, so they better give it to me over Xbox Gold.
Oh, I'm sure someone will give you a key.
I don't want to handle Assassin's Creed. Like, the Humble Bundle had an Assassin's Creed bundle, and I didn't even fucking pay for it, because I didn't want it.
You are inconsolable right now.
It's bad, okay? I really hate seeing my favorite series get fucking fucked to death.
No, I know.
Alright? So, it's annoying. It's annoying what Ubisoft did. I don't really like them for that right now, so I don't like a lot of their games right now.
I mean, you still have superhero games and Spider-Man. Because Batman sure as fuck isn't a thing anymore.
No, and I'm fine with that. They know when to end.
Yes.
Unlike Ubisoft. They don't know when to end.
I don't know. They probably should have ended at Origins and not gone over
they
to...
They shouldn't have even gotten to Origins. They should have just stopped at 3. They shouldn't have written that stupid ending in 3. They should have actually ended it in a way that was engaging.
Oh, I was talking about Batman.
Oh, Batman?
I was talking about Batman.
Oh, okay. I heard Origins. I forgot that they both
Batman
have
Origins. That's a popular subtitle.
Yeah, it's a popular subtitle.
Like, Arkham Knight was... That's right, the subtitle is Arkham Origins. That's what it was. That's the difference. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, Batman Arkham Origins should have been the end of it.
Arkham Origins was a prequel.
Yeah, it should have been the end.
I didn't even like Origins.
Yeah, that should have been the end. That should have clearly been a good time to stop.
No, they shouldn't have even... They should have just done Asylum, they should have done City, and then done Night, and then cut it out. And that's it. No, nothing else.
I think Night is worse than Origins.
Origins was just a shit ton of, like, I don't give a shit about these side characters or these missions. Like, City had memorable...
I only played the beginning where you beat the crap out of Killer Croc.
It doesn't get much better. It goes downhill from there.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So anyway, back to Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed hasn't been Assassin's Creed since probably 3.
Yeah, that's why it should have stopped at 3. It was supposed to be a trilogy.
At best, you could say it ended at 4. But even then,
four
started
wasn't really an Assassin's Creed game.
4 started the trend of just ignoring
Assassin's Creed story.
The assassin part. Which actually worked in 4's favor for me.
But it should have just been something, you know.
Because 4 was just about being a pirate, and then you became an assassin. So,
and that would
the assassin part wasn't really that great.
If they had just taken out the assassin part, if it was just its own game, I would have been fine with it. But it doesn't do that, and then ever since then, Assassin's Creed goes fucking downhill. Really, really badly. And I'm just not... I'm fucking done with Ubisoft announcing Assassin's Creed games yearly. I mean, I know Origins took 2 years, and apparently it was a fine game. But now they're back to yearly releases. They didn't learn their lesson. They didn't realize that if you take more than a year off, it will be more beneficial for your game. Of course, it's not an Assassin's Creed game, but whatever. It will be more beneficial. Ubisoft didn't listen. So when the game becomes a glitchy Unity mess, it's not like we didn't warn them. Anyways, that's done. We're done with Ubisoft. What else was... What other conferences happened on Monday? PC Gamer Show?
Yeah.
That was fine. A lot of battle royales though, like a ton. Even including that Cyanide and Happiness one. That was weird.
I'm trying to control how long this is. So, the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So I'm probably gonna go over it really quick.
Maneater. That's the only one that...
Maneater looks good. It's like Tripwire's good game that they're showing. They showed some stuff for Killing Floor 2. But I think Killing Floor is so fucking boring after a while that it's just...
I think Killing Floor is fine.
Tedious.
It's just you have to ramp up the difficulty.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
You need to get...
It looks fun.
You need to actually get like a group of friends. But
yeah, it's a lot better.
We don't have enough friends who will actually play it. Like it's you, me, and
David,
Destiny Boy.
David Destiny Boy. Yeah. He's playing Destiny now. No more Killing Floor. That's
the only fucking game he plays.
I mean, I don't know. I was really into the first Killing Floor, and I have like a ton of hours in that.
No, but you need like 6 people to play like a good game with difficulty.
That's true. Hell on Earth difficulty is pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so... But the Tripwire, the Maneater game looked really good, so I like that.
Yeah.
So then that was the last show? No, Sony.
And Sony's last show, but I'm trying to see what else there was at... Okay, so there were like 3 fucking Battle Royale games that I'm not going to talk about because no one gives a shit.
The Battle Royale fans, man.
Was Hitman 2 PC gaming show?
Oh yeah, I think it was PC gaming show.
Yeah, that looks good.
I didn't play the first Hitman, so I don't know how it is, but it looks goofy.
Yeah, that's basically what we wanted.
That's a good thing.
But
I think that might have been it for PC gaming show though. I don't remember anything else. There were indie games.
There were a lot of indie games, and there's a lot to go over. So basically like Overcooked 2.
Oh yeah, that was good. Overcooked 2. I like that. It's online, which is nice.
What else?
I don't remember the other indie games though. I know that I said I would play them though because it looked interesting. Like, the cab game, Neo Cab.
Oh yeah.
The cat game.
Yeah, that.
So there were a few indie games where you could explore like branching stories by like choices.
Sinking City, which kind of fills the same vein as the Call of Cthulhu, and that they're both investigation games basically. One's to find a murderer, one's to find someone who's done wrong in a city, and if you don't find them, you turn into gold or something like that. And the other one is called Cthulhu, which is you kind of like try to solve mysteries and investigations in a world that is basically Innsmouth. You're investigating in a city that is not Innsmouth, but is basically Innsmouth.
Oh, okay.
Or Innsmouth.
So it's really, I think the PC Gaming Show is actually this is a pretty decent conference, and that's the minimum that everybody should aim for.
Yeah.
No stupid musical numbers, please. God, no more.
It was a good one.
It was a good one. It was a lot better than last year, actually.
Yakuza 0.
Oh yeah, let's
which
take
you
it.
have to play now.
I do have to play. It was a lot better than the last PC Gaming Show. Last year, they were not very prepared, and they just had like a ton of interviews that really led nowhere. Yeah. But this year was pretty good.
And, the presenters were quippy, but they weren't too quippy.
They weren't EA level quippy. God, EA was really bad.
They were fun.
They were fine. It was decent.
It was fun.
I liked it. So then after that was...
So the last one to talk about then is Sony.
Sony. Like, in terms of serious conferences. Sony.
Okay, just real quick. Devolver had the same thing they did last year.
They had a story.
It has a story.
It has a story.
It has a plot.
It's a cliffhanger.
Now.
It ends with a cliffhanger.
It has plot now. There are E3 plots with Devolver.
It's an episodic conference.
And they did the thing where they shit on everyone, people who go to E3, people who... They shit on developers and publishers and the people who play the games.
And it's great.
Yeah.
It's the best conference overall.
And they announced... the year's going on. They announced
My Friend Pedro, which looked really fun.
Which looks really good. I hope that it's actually all orchestral music.
Yes.
In the game.
And you're just going around.
I want it to be actually just a ballet.
A ballet of gunfighting, yes. And then they announced Metal Wolf Chaos XD.
Which is good.
Which is bringing the Japan-only game to America for the first time, which is really nice.
That's good.
Richard! And the voice acting's really good, too.
Yeah.
The voice acting's great. So, Devolver overall was really good.
Neo 2 was
Sony. But that's Sony.
Was that Sony?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's not Devolver.
Okay. No, that wasn't Devolver. I thought it was PC Gaming Show.
No, it was Neo 2 wasn't at the PC Gaming Show. No, Neo 2 was at Sony. They had like a little trailer and it was like Neo 2. Which is funny because Sony also showed the Ghost of Tsushima.
Sony has a lot of fucking samurai games now.
Honestly, there are a lot of samurai games just coming out this year.
Yeah.
In general. But Sony... Okay, so Sony was fine in that they presented all these trailers and as we said...
Sometimes there was gameplay.
There's gameplay. There were long extended trailers. It was a long conference.
Spider-Man, probably the best thing that they presented because they actually showed a lot of gameplay with Spider-Man.
It showed a lot of gameplay. Yeah, it was like really, really good.
It showed a lot of story plot that's going to be going into Spider-Man.
Ends with a cliffhanger in the trailer.
So that is the good part. That's probably the best thing.
They showed the Last of Us trailer, and they finally showed gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima, which they teased last year, which is nice. I liked it. It's just that they... why did they start in a fucking tent?
No, don't know. Don't ask
me.
They
started in a tent, and then they moved over to the actual venue, and it was pointless, because in the middle of moving over, they had the intermission that took a long, long time, where they showed stuff that killed the momentum, like Call of Duty Black Ops maps or shit like that.
Yeah.
But they also showed Death Stranding stuff, and I still don't know what the hell is going on.
I still don't understand.
I don't understand, but apparently if you jack into the baby fetus carrier...
I actually read that's supposed to be a clone of Norman Reedus, so that is actually Norman Fetus.
What? Really? That's a clone of Norman.
Okay, so here's what I read.
Okay.
So in this world, rain ages things.
Rain. Okay, rain.
So that's why you can't build things on the surface, is because rain ages like buildings and makes infrastructure impossible.
Does that affect humans?
Yes. You can't be in the rain.
Okay. That's why they have the umbrellas and shit.
Yeah. So the reason that people like Norman Reedus exist is because they're like couriers that take things between settlements,
Okay.
which I assume are underground.
Okay.
Now, the baby,
The fetus.
the
yes.
fetus, that's a clone of Norman Reedus. That when Norman Reedus dies, it creates a crater, and then that clone of Norman Reedus ages up to where Norman Reedus is now.
What?
So that Norman Reedus can go back to town and get his other clone, get another clone
What?
to put in the baby jar to save for when if he dies again.
It's like a continual state. Wait, that could play. Now I see how that would play into gameplay wise.
Yes.
What Kojima's going for.
Yes.
But wait. That doesn't explain the fetus that Guillermo del Toro has. That doesn't explain Mads Mikkelsen's whole role as like this army dude, and that doesn't explain
That I didn't
the
get.
women.
I didn't get explanation.
Doesn't explain the
I didn't
enemies.
get. I didn't get explanations
the
for
shadow
any of that.
figures.
They also age you if they touch you.
So that whole swamp thing at the end of the trailer was him getting aged, and the baby going,
I guess.
Wait, no, but he jacks the baby. Okay, he gets a cord and he jacks it into the little like tube thing, and then the little camera comes out and he can see everything.
Yeah, it enhances his powers that he can sense things. He can sense them already, but he can. But it's like I don't fucking know.
It's Kojima. He's gonna show us the longest movie ever in existence. It's gonna be 12 days. You're gonna have to. It's an interactive movie. You're gonna have to play it, but it's gonna be 12 days, and half of those days are cutscenes. You're just gonna watch a movie because Kojima doesn't have Konami to rein him in anymore. He is wild.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're just gonna keep
we're
showing.
Just doing fucking whatever now.
This man wanted a 42-minute cutscene in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 or 3.
Man, you need to have like a pause function on that.
I don't even think you can pause. I think if you pause, it doesn't skip. No, I think it's like a persistent cutscene. You can't pause because Kojima would fuck you over like that.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't care.
Anyway, it's a weird fucking game.
It's a weird game.
From a weird
Literally
fucking guy.
Norman Fetus. Wow, I didn't even realize that was him. But okay, that's Norman.
So Ghost of Tsushima looks good.
Looks like it.
Looks like it's gonna be. There's gonna be some stealth, but like there's a lot of like dueling.
Like hack and slash kind of dueling. But it was really pretty. I liked it a lot. It was very, very pretty, and it looks promising.
Neo was just a teaser. Last of Us had trailer and gameplay, and it looks just like what you call it, Last of Us 1.
I mean, I'm sure there are things that they've improved.
No, I'm just saying that the gameplay is very similar to Last of Us 1. It's a heavy emphasis on stealth with quick bursts of combat, followed by more stealth.
With 100% concealment and grass.
Yes.
What else was there? Don't know if there was anything else that got announced at Sony. So we had Neo, we had Neo, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man. What else was there? Oh, a really interesting trailer for a game. what was it called? It's like it was like she could control things. Yeah.
I think it was literally called Control.
Control, I think. Yeah, that one looked really interesting. It's very intriguing.
I have no idea what it is, but it looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, it looks interesting. And I think there was one other new game, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. For some reason, though, Sony, aside from doing the weird venue at the very, very beginning of the conference, they also had musical numbers. So they had a dude play a song from The Last of Us 2. Like, he was like the composer for The Last of Us 1, I think.
Yeah.
So he played a song before the trailer. And then you had a dude who played a shakuhachi flute before the Ghost of Tsushima trailer. And nothing else. No more musical performances. It was weird. I don't know why the first
these weird bumpers in the middle.
Okay, so the bumpers I actually read are for another game called Dreams.
Okay.
And they actually do talk about it after the conference, where they're just going through all the games that they discussed during the Sony conference. It's called Dreams, and it's like this co-op thing where you can build worlds and like play games in them, or something like that. But the bumpers were was that game. So they teased that game throughout the entire thing as intermissions, but they never talked about that game. It was really weird. Like, I don't even know why they even brought it up, because they said they would talk about it before the conference. They didn't talk about it during the conference, and the only time it came up was after the conference.
Yeah.
So
the only other game that I remember them really talking about for sure was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, the Kingdom Hearts trailer. That was the last thing.
That one showed something actually new.
They showed a new trailer, not the Frozen trailer. They showed that Sora is a pirate and that the Pirates of the Caribbean world comes back.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be based off the last movie, based off of the clips that they showed. But it looked now you have pirate ships and you can fight, I guess, heartless ships or something like that. I don't really know.
You're just doing Black Flag.
You're just doing Black Flag in Kingdom Hearts 3.
And then there's the British member of Organization 13 where it's like, I want to fight Organization 13 because they're a bunch of assholes. And then Sora's like, no, you're a bad guy. And then Johnny Depp's like, Sora, it's alright. I know him. He probably beats his wife too.
What? That was no. What was his name? He was the gambler, right? And
yeah, he was the guy who
I forgot his name. Luxor or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's a good name because that's the.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah, that's a good name.
I think they all have to have X. Okay, but I went and looked at the story for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it was like, really convoluted because there's time travel involved.
Of course it's convoluted. It's fucking Kingdom Hearts.
I know.
I read a 42-page document of images with like of images with arrows pointing to things, saying, okay, so this begets this, begets this, begets this. Like, there's a guy and he's bald.
Yeah, he's bald.
And he traps Aqua, and people...
Yeah, Aqua got Norted. She got Norted.
I don't know what that means.
She got Norted.
I don't know what...
She got Norted.
I still don't know what that means.
Okay, so basically, like, the main bad guy, the bald dude, when he possesses people, his name is Xehanort. When he possesses people...
It's called Nording?
It's called Nording, because Xehanort...
You people are a fucking circus.
I didn't even
Kingdom Hearts fans.
I didn't even realize that was a term.
I mean, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan too, but I'm more casual because I only play.
I'm pretty casual because I don't even play the side games. That's the thing.
Fuck.
Aqua got Norded. That's the thing.
Fuck.
If you watch the Pro ZD video.
This is a dumb fucking community.
How dare you?
No, I don't care.
How dare you?
They can come after me all they want. I don't.
And they will. They will launch at you with their Twitter accounts.
I'm sure they will. I just don't understand.
You know, it does sound really bad. Just Xehanort. I don't know why getting possessed is called being Norded. Somebody came up with it though. Okay?
If you have a term that is Norded, you need to really re-examine what you're doing.
You know, I can't answer the question as the fandom. The fandom has to answer it for you.
I hope they would.
Well, anyways, so it just looked fun.
Yeah.
The Pirates of the Caribbean world looked fun. So I'm hoping to see more. And they have a release date now. So we do have a concrete release date. Yeah, it's next January.
Okay.
So January 2019, that's a concrete release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. Unless they push it back. Because they did push it back from 2018 to 2019. But it's like a month into 2019. It's not too bad. Anyways, that should be all the conferences. Nintendo, right? But Nintendo, I mean, they didn't show any of Metroid Prime 4.
No.
They didn't show any of that. They showed a lot of Smash, though. And it was really nice. Everybody came back. And Ridley's finally in.
Mm-hmm.
Ridley's too big, though. He's still too big.
Honestly, since they didn't say anything about Metroid, I guess it's a Fire Emblem. I didn't really pay attention to that.
There was
so
a Fire Emblem.
Cool. But ultimately, it's like I don't know, nothing really I cared about. Nothing really cared to see.
I mean, they had some Pokemon news, I guess. And that's nice.
Yeah.
They didn't show Bayonetta 3, though, so that's kind of unfortunate. But I mean, like, what would you have cared to see? Just Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to see.
I mean, that's not a lot, because, like, when you think of Nintendo, they don't really have a lot of series to work with.
No, that...
But the series they do work with are, like,
They
huge.
have a lot of series to work with when they need characters to fill out Smash rosters.
Yeah, but that's just anything that's
Like
been on Nintendo.
Pit?
That's... Don't forget Dark Pit.
Remember when they announced Pit? It's like, who?
He was
the guy from Captain N?
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had his own
Captain N.
game. Well, but I mean, like, it was just anybody who's ever appeared on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So, like, it's whatever. It's like their first appearance on Nintendo 64 or some shit like that. Which means GoldenEye could theoretically show up.
All these new characters coming in. GoldenEye.
I mean, like,
Blade the Hedgehog.
Oddball Man.
Um...
Oh yeah, Blade. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Who else? Spider-Man.
Yeah, you could have like heroes and shit. Oh, no, now it's just Marvel vs. Capcom.
Superman 64.
Yeah, there we go. We gotta have a DC character here.
Macho Man.
Randy Savage.
Groot.
No, I don't think Groot's on.
I
You're just naming people now.
don't care.
But yeah, other than that, they didn't really have anything else to show.
Roxas.
Yes, he was on a 3DS.
There you go.
That's true. He was on a 3DS. He could be involved. I mean, if they can get Snake
His
in, they can get Snake in.
His girlfriend in that one thing that was all
That we don't
like
give a
movie.
shit about. What's her name?
It's got an X in it.
It's X something. I don't fucking remember. She was pointless though.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, Zion. There we go.
Okay.
She was pointless though. I don't even think she was real.
No.
She was like fake, right?
I don't know. She was like a nobody of Kyrie, but the other person's a nobody of Kyrie.
Namine's the nobody of Kyrie.
Right, but it's like was this like a nobody of a nobody?
No, she was like she was like a clone or something like that. But she just happened to look like Kyrie. I don't know, because Tetsuya Nomura likes the same face some of his main characters. And it's true.
Man, fuck that series. You try to understand anything and it's immediately thrown out the window.
That's Kingdom Hearts for you.
Yeah.
I'm just along for the ride. I'm just
staring at God of War now because...
You're staring at Boy of War?
Boy of War, yeah.
Boy.
I'm gonna play it.
Yes, you're gonna play it.
But I think that's pretty much everything we have to talk about.
I don't think there was anything else that came up that was exceedingly cringy or exceedingly hypeable. I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean... So, okay, so you were to rank the conferences, and then if you were also to
EA's
choose...
at the very bottom.
Okay.
Devolver Digital's outside of this entirely. If this is a scale of 1 to 10, Devolver Digital's orange.
Yes.
So I'm not putting them on here.
No, just serious conferences.
Okay, EA's at the bottom. Bethesda's after that. Nintendo's after that. No, Ubisoft's after that.
Ubisoft.
And then it's Nintendo. And then it's Microsoft. Then it's PC Gaming... No. I would say PC Gaming Show and Sony are tied for me.
As the best?
Yeah, because they're good for different reasons.
Let's see.
But they also have drawbacks for different reasons.
I would say, for me, EA is the bottom. And then Bethesda. Yeah, I'm going to agree with the lower ranking. EA, Bethesda, Ubisoft. And then I'm actually going to put Sony here.
Okay.
Because I think their presentation, the games were good, but their presentation was like really annoying.
Bizarre.
It was bizarre, yeah, it was completely different.
Not to mention they had that huge audio issue.
The
on
audio?
Twitch.
Yeah, but that's Twitch. That's not their end.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Twitch's end. And then I would say then Microsoft. I actually think Microsoft. No, I guess it depends. I guess maybe I'm gonna put Sony and Microsoft as equal this year. Then Nintendo, then PC Gaming Show. I would say PC Gaming Show did the best.
Yeah, I think I'd probably put PC Gaming Show over Sony, honestly. Because at least PC Gaming Show had a lot of titles that had a date to them.
There were a lot of battle royale games, which are shitty, but there are also some interesting games that
Yeah.
that were involved.
Yeah.
I just think that presentation, if we're just looking solely at the presentation, PC Gaming Show did a better job.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Um,
What's coming up on Assassin Glasgow?
for what? My channel?
Yeah.
I need to finish uploading the rest of Dead Space 3. I'm almost done. Like literally, I have 2 episodes left to upload.
You're not playing anymore, right? You're done.
No, yeah, I'm officially done recording.
done,
I just need
skis.
to editing.
Yeah.
Yes, and I will talk about that afterwards because I want to talk about it after the episodes get released, not before.
Okay.
Um,
And then I will talk about that with you as someone who has never played Dead Space 3, but
Except-
has played 1 and 2.
but has watched
But I have
me struggle.
I have watched you struggle. I'm a little bit behind, but I have watched a good deal of the episodes.
It's just struggles. There's that, but like the next game is the Batman season 2, the Telltale Batman season 2, and then I don't know after that. I don't know what to play because like once I clear that game, I haven't decided what the next game is. I usually don't think of it that
You
far
have
in
time.
advance. I mean, like I could play probably a console game, record something. Like I guess I could do The Last of Us. I mean, if it's not too long, I could do that. But it's like the problem is. I already know how the story ends because I spoiled myself on that. I did one of those cutscene movies.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really like I feel like that's a big reason why people want you to stream that.
The story, right?
Yeah.
So you can react to it. But the thing is,
That's
that's
a big part of the game is the story, and once
Well,
you know
okay.
the story, you know everything.
To be fair, I don't know. I don't remember a lot of the middle.
Okay.
I remember the very beginning.
But if you know the end, then you know the end.
I know the end.
Yeah. So I don't know. Personally, I would only play it just to play it, not for the story. So I don't know if you want to stream that because it's like.
I mean, I don't know what else I could stream.
Unless you want to invite me and then we can talk about it, I would be down for that.
I don't. But I mean, I don't know. It's just like story wise, I kind of know everything though. What could we talk about?
We can talk about the cinematography. No, I'm like, I don't know. Just talk about like how it's structured, what could be done better, what was done nicely.
I guess, yeah, we could do that.
What's just a big foot?
I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of games. I have like over 400 games on Steam. I'll figure something out.
Yeah,
But,
you could probably put off Last of Us forever, honestly.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want to anymore because it's been like 6 years since it came out.
Yeah.
Might as well, play it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, right now I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna assume right after Kingdom Hearts 1, I'll just go to 2.
Yeah.
And then
That makes sense.
after that, not touch anything else unless somebody wants me to play a specific episode because I really don't want to touch the side missions on stream. I just want to play it by myself.
Yeah. No, that's completely acceptable, I think. If you're gonna do like anything like secret bosses or anything like that, do that on your own time.
I'm not gonna. Well, I'll fight Sephiroth if people really want me to, but I'm gonna fucking fail.
Yeah.
I only beat him once.
Like
I was younger.
If you want to do the Colosseums, I honestly suggest if you were doing the cups, just do the cups on your own.
I only did the first cup.
Yeah.
Because it was unlocked, but after that I didn't do anything.
But like the cups go from like 10 rounds to like 50 rounds. Like Hades Cup's 50 rounds.
Oh God, no!
So-
I'm not gonna do 50 rounds on stream.
Yes, just do that on your own time. Like there's a lot of things you should just do on your own time. If you're gonna do any of the items into this, which fucking sucks in that game, just do it on your own time.
Well, I don't.
It's a lot of fighting the spider pot crab thing over and over again.
Because they dropped the shit.
Because that's the only thing that drops an item that you need for like a high level item, and it's infuriating. Because he doesn't always drop it.
No, you need to like equip everything.
He's got like a 40% chance to drop it.
Yeah, but you gotta equip everything.
Yeah.
So you gotta do like the accessories that give you better loot drops, and then you gotta put the abilities on yourself, Goofy and Donald, for better loot drops.
And there'll be items that have like a 5% chance to drop, and the enemy only spawns in one location.
Yep.
That's annoying.
That is annoying. Anyways, I'll figure it out. I don't know what yet though. When it comes, it comes. I was thinking of playing Okami though. I did end up buying it because my PS2
you're gonna
broke.
be playing that game fucking forever.
Okami?
Yeah. I never played Okami. The only thing I know about it though is that it ends like 5 times.
I don't know about 5 times, but I guess I can see that.
Like, you think the game's at the end, and it's like, oh no, that was Act 1. That was Act 2.
It was directed by Kamiya. Hideki Kamiya, the dude that directed Bayonetta 1.
God, what a fucking lunatic.
He's crazy. But he's not as crazy as Kojima. Fucking Kojima.
Every person you know, every game director you know in Japan by name is a lunatic. That's how they get name recognition.
Even Suda?
Yes. Suda's a crazy person.
Is he crazier than Swery?
No, Swery's crazier. Swery by far is crazier.
But Swery is crazy in a good way.
Suda's dirty. That's his thing, because his games are No More Heroes.
You're saying
and Big Boner Game.
So you're saying that Swery, the dude that wanted to make a game about a masturbating female detective.
It was a masturbating high school student.
Sorry.
It's a masturbating high school girl detective. I'll have you know.
Oh, okay. High school.
That could have been Suda though. I get their products mixed up a lot.
I mean, Swery is just like, this is a damn good cup of coffee. That
is something Swery would do though.
Swery is Swery. You know, it sucks because when I saw Sekiro and I saw the, what's it called? The subtitle, and it was like, Shadows Die Twice, I was just thinking, dark dreams don't die until they do.
Until they did.
Until they did. They fucking killed it. And Swery's never going back to that. We're never getting a season 2.
No.
And that's the most unfortunate part, because I really wanted to know what happened. Well, anyways, we should probably wrap it up because your McAfee is starting to scream at you.
Well, this isn't my McAfee. This is like it came with the
Well,
laptop.
Why didn't you uninstall it?
Because I have a different virus protection on here.
Well, maybe you should uninstall McAfee. That's your problem.
I didn't install it in the first place.
You should uninstall it anyway. Your problem was not getting it off your machine.
No, well...
Your problem was having it stick on your machine persistently.
Oh, okay.
And that's why your computer is not happy with you right now, and why it continues to record.
Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna go then.
Alright, we're gonna go. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you in the next podcast.
Fucking bye.
Be nice.
Bye.
Okay, there you go. Goodbye.